بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين محمد المصطفى وعلى آله ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. I made a few updates to this document's configuration of verbs and we'll probably repeat some of what we did in the last lesson, but inshallah hopefully we move forward. What I did is I put each template on its own page. So each verb on its own page makes it simple, a more visual presentation, simpler visual presentation when you print it out. So I changed the font to black. So each verb is on its own page. The next thing I did is I added in all the pronouns just in the template. By template I mean fa'ala. So fa'ala, even though it's a real verb, it's also the pattern itself. So fa'ala really means he did, but the fa, the ayn, and the lam are also used to represent the three original letters of the verbs. And just a quick reminder, what we're dealing with here are called trilateral verbs. So we have 4-letter verbs, we have 5-letter verbs, and we have 6-letter verbs. But here we're only dealing with trilateral verbs on the simple pattern of fa'ala or fa'ila or fa'ula. So the ayn of the letter, remember that in the trilateral verb fa'ala can change from a to I to u. Fa'ala, fa'ila, fa'ula. The same for the present tense, can be yaf'alu, yaf'ulu, yaf'ilu. So when I give you a verb, for example, if we were to go down, these are the examples there, and I corrected a few imprecisions that were in the verbs, and I sent out that file just a few minutes ago in the WhatsApp group. If you were to look at the examples that I gave you below, come on, scroll faster. What you have to look at, let's say kataba, you look at the ayn of the verb. What letter does the past tense have? Is it fatha, kasra, or dhamma? And then also the present tense. So we have kataba, yaktubu. That's the way you memorize verbs. You memorize verbs by memorizing the singular, masculine, past tense verb. That would be huwa kataba. Now, normally we don't say the pronoun, but if you understood it or you said it, it's not going to hurt. So, huwa kataba, huwa yaktubu. We don't say the pronoun, we say kataba yaktubu. So we memorize the vowel for the ayn and the vowel for the ayn in the past tense and the present tense. And it's a pair. So you can have a verb that has fatha in the past tense and then fatha in the present tense. Or you can have a verb that has fatha in the past tense, kasra, fatha, dhamma, like kataba yaktubu. Or you can have kasra with fatha, or you can have kasra with dhamma, or kasra with kasra, or dhamma with fatha, or dhamma with dhamma, or dhamma with kasra in the present tense. So you have to memorize those pairs. So when you memorize a verb, you memorize the singular, masculine, past tense, and present tense. And what you're paying attention to is the ayn, the middle letter. Because the fa and the lam would always have fatha in most verbs, unless they are weak verbs, which we will come to on their own. So we'll memorize kataba yaktubu, alima ya'lamu, qaruba yaqrabu, darasa yadrusu, جلس يجلس منع يمنع. So what I did, I grabbed a few verses, a few verbs from some of the verses in the short surahs. يمنعون ويمنعون الماعون. So يمنعون هم يمنعون. So to take it back to the singular past tense, it would be منع يمنع. Then فصل لربك وانحر. نحر ينحر. عبد يعبد. أنا أعبد. ولا أنا عابد ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد. يدخلون ورأيت الناس يدخلون. دخل يدخل. كسب يكسب. خلق يخلق. حسد يحسد. And then I added on a few more verbs here. Some of them are probably repeated, but then I wanted to manually do in front of you, putting in the vowel for the ain in the past tense and then the present tense. So let's go back to the starting.
Sure, question
Go ahead.
before you proceed. Sorry. If you were to kindly scroll down to kataba yaktubu, if you can scroll down in the document, the sheet.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can
Which one you want?
if you can kindly scroll down to the part where you had kataba yaktubu.
Kataba. This is what
Yeah.
there, and
Okay,
yaktubu
so
there.
yeah, so how come you said the ain will either have the kasra, fatha, dhamma, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for a particular pattern, which is if the ain was to have a dhamma, it would be fa'ulu, and then it would be yaktubu, right? But how come
Not
the
okay? So you can have 9 different combinations.
right? But for the same combination, it's kataba, right? For kataba, how come it's not yaktabu? How come it's yaktubu?
So because that's, you have to memorize each verb by itself. See that? So you learn kataba yaktubu. That's, you have to memorize that. Now there's this dictionary that I guided you to. I don't know if any of you had the opportunity to order that, but within that dictionary, you would the dictionary would show you that vowel. So when you get the dictionary, I will actually take you to that.
Actually, you have an online copy of it? Because I have the paper copy. I have the
What paper copy of the verb?
not paper copy, not the paper. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So you have the book,
hardcover copy.
the hard
I
copy
do.
of the book. Go to find, while we're studying here, find kataba, take a picture of the first part of it, and just send it to my or send it to the WhatsApp group. I'll grab it and open it up here. Send it if you don't mind, and I'll teach you something from the dictionary. But anyway, you have to memorize that for each verb. So for kataba, we memorize kataba yaktubu. For shariba, we memorize shariba yashrabu. See that? Yashrabu. So I put in all the vowels in the new document that I sent this morning for kataba yaktubu, and of course for the original verb fa'ala yaf'alu for the pattern. But then the rest I didn't fill them in because I want you to do that as an exercise, and I didn't even create the template for the rest of the verbs that I want you to do as an exercise. Those that were listed there, and the other ones from examples from the short surahs, because I want you to do that as an exercise. So you have all these verbs here. Some of them are done already, and then you have these here. I think that would be ample exercise for us to proceed after you're done with the next lessons. The idea behind these classes is that you, number one, understand the concept. Number two, be able to do them. I don't expect that you will remember everything completely. I don't expect it would be deeply ingrained or embedded within your mind. As we start doing analysis of the surahs, the verses, you will find that you will you would learn and you would become better, inshallah. So let's go over this once more. Let's go over this once more. And if anybody has any question, ask. Otherwise, we will move on. So here I have أوزان الأفعال الماضية, patterns of the past tense verbs. And then we have masculine, third person. So we have three columns: singular, dual, plural, and we have one, two, three, four, five rows. So we have two rows for third person, masculine and feminine, two rows for second person, masculine and feminine, and one row for first person. Why? Because first person, masculine and feminine, it's the same. So whether a single male or a single female is speaking, the verbs will be the same. So if I were to say, I meaning me, Shamaruddin, a male, were to say, أنا فعلت, if Sister Fatima, for instance, was speaking, she would also say أنا فعلت. So for masculine and feminine, the verbs are the same. Yeah, whether you're masculine or feminine. So let's go over that. هو فعل. Now I put in the vowel, excuse me, the pronouns الضمائر. أدخلت الضمائر. I put in all the pronouns just for you to memorize them, to understand the meaning of the verbs. But normally in the Arabic language, you do not put in the pronouns. When you speak, you would not say huwa fa'ala. You say fa'ala. It's understood it means huwa. Huh? It's understood that it means he. How do I make this big? No, you did not give me the starting of the verb. Is that the top? Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh boy, I cannot make it bigger. This is yucky. So if you notice, it says, Sheikh, zoom in on this part here and send it again, so I get a clearer picture. Just the very,
Okay.
just that part, not the entire page. And why would my, yeah. So if you look here, it says ka, ta, ba. So they put kaf, ta, and ba, and then he would actually write in, this by the way was done by a German guy very long ago. I actually used this dictionary when I was studying Arabic language in the 80s. So this book is old. This is an old book. I got this book in 1981 when I started learning Arabic. So kataba, it means the fa would have a fatha, the ain would have a fatha, and the lam would have a fatha. Kataba. That's what that means. It's telling you what the vowels for the past tense are. Then you see he puts one letter. This letter after kataba would be either U, I, or A. When he puts U, he means dhamma. So when you look in the dictionary and you see kataba, and then you see a U, it means the present tense is yaktubu. If he had said I, it would have been jalasa, for instance. So go ahead and send me a picture of jalasa, and I'll show that.
Okay.
And you just need to take a picture of this one piece here, so it's bigger. It would say I, which would be jalasa yajlisu. Or if you were to look and then do kharaja, لا, that yakhruju. We want, yakhruju. No, alima ya'lamu. Look at alima ya'lamu, he would put an A. So that letter there is telling you the vowel for the ain in the present tense. That's the system in this book. And there's much more to it. This is just one thing I want to show you right now. But there's more we're going to learn about this book as well. Keep using it.
So the book itself has a code to it, huh?
The book has a code to it. Why would this not go back when I'm pressing it? Anybody can educate me quickly? Or you have to press escape. That being said, let's come back to the template and we go through it. هو فعل, هما فعلا, هم فعلوا, هي فعلت, هما فعلتا, هن فعلن, أنت فعلت, أنتما فعلتما, أنتم فعلتما, أنت فعلت, أنتما فعلتما, أنتن فعلتن, أنا فعلت, نحن فعلنا, نحن فعلنا. And you'll observe that uh, dual and plural first person is the same or are the same. نحن. So technically we could have just deleted this and we could merge these two cells to show that they're the same. Also, incidentally, antuma for second person, it's antuma, whether you're speaking to male or you're speaking to female antuma, it would be the same also. So technically we can do that also and then just merge these two. So that they're the same. And the rest are different. Present tense. Anybody has any questions about this? The pronouns, the meanings are understood, right? So when I say masculine third person pronoun, that would be he. He. And he is in the subjective form. Remember, all the pronouns here are in the subjective form, meaning they are the doer of the action. Whereas the objective form of he would be him. But that's, for example, if I were to say رأيته, I saw him, that's in the objective form of the pronoun. Here they're all subjective: he, they, she, they. So in English, these four pronouns are all they. In Arabic, we have three different pronouns: huma, hum, huma, and hunna. In Arabic also, we have 5 different pronouns for you. But in English, of course, it's you, and you. But in Arabic, anta, anti, antuma, antum, antunna. And I and we, the pronoun. Present tense, هو يفعل, هما يفعلان, هم يفعلون, هي تفعل, هما يفعلان, هن يفعلن. أنت تفعل, أنتما تفعلان, أنتم تفعلون, أنت تفعلين, أنتما تفعلان, أنتن تفعلن, أنا أفعل, نحن نفعل, نحن نفعل. And of course, the pronouns are the same. And the present tense, just as a reminder. Now, I'm going over this quick because we went over it last week. Yeah, because I want to take you to you actually practicing it. You notice the ending of the verbs are changed in the past tense. And fa'ala, or the fa, the ain, will remain the same, and the lam would have fatha sometime and sukun sometime. In present tense, the first letter is changed. The fa will always have sukun. The ain would have whatever vowel the dictionary teaches you or you learn. And then the ending would vary from in present tense. You will have a dhamma the ending except for anti tafa'alina. And dual you'll have an ani and يفعلون يفعلن تفعلون تفعلن. أنا أفعل نحن نفعل نحن نفعل. Command, I just smoothed it over that because we did it already. Command, we have 6 forms of the command. Whereas in past tense and present tense, we're technically memorizing 6 plus 6. It's really 5, but it appears to be 6. 12 and then 2, 14, technically 13 forms of the verbs in past tense and present tense. In the command, there's only 6. Why is that so? because you're commanding the second person. So that's why we say here masculine second person, feminine second person. We're commanding you. Huh? If'al. Now I want you to observe something I didn't mention last week, is that this hamza or this that looks like an alif is really a hamza. Huh? Is there anybody here who does not know the difference between alif and hamza? You can just raise your hand. You don't have to say anything.
Can you
I do not.
explain? Can you
Okay.
explain it?
Yeah. Let me explain the difference between alif and hamza, because you need to understand that to really know Arabic well. So if we write this, it looks like an alif, right? We call it alif. Well, when we write this, we call it hamza. There is another, but I don't know how to find it on the keyboard. You'll find the head of a sword on the top of it. For instance, if you were to look at,
I was going to ask you actually how to find it on the keyboard.
I don't know how to find it on the keyboard, unfortunately.
Al-Wasl, right?
What is happening here? Why is it taking me to the Khatm al-Quran? So if you look at al-Ladina, let's take that word, I'll copy that. You see here, we have this, I'll just copy that and put that here. Here we have alif without anything written on top. We have alif with the head of an ayn written on top. Here we have alif with the head of a sad written on top. Let me define those for you quickly. So alif by itself is what we call a vowel. So if we were to take the letter, if we take the letter ba and we put a fatha on top of it, alif is what makes the fatha long. So alif is a long vowel. Alif makes the sound of the fatha long. So ba'a, ja'a, qala. Qaf with fatha, alif after it makes the sound of the qa, qa. Makes the sound of ba, ba. Makes the sound of ja, ja. So alif is a long vowel. Whereas here, this here is, that's the head of an ayn from the word hamzatul qata. Hamza to al qata. So we take the head of the ayn, this letter here, and we put it on top the alif to represent the hamza that is qata. What does qata mean? Qata means definitive, meaning it's always pronounced. So there's the linguistic meaning, and then there's the application meaning, or the way it's used. So when we say hamzatul qata', what we mean, you always pronounce that hamza. So hamza is a letter, alif is a vowel. So on a hamza you can put a fatha, or you can put a kasra. They would write the hamza below it, or you can put a dhamma. On an alif you cannot do that. This is wrong. Because if we put a dhamma on alif, we mean it's hamza. We just didn't put in the head of the ayn or the head of the sad. What does the head of the sad mean? The head of the sad means, Control C, Control V. The head of the sad comes from the word hamzatu al-wasli. Hamzatul wasli. So we take the sad, the head of the sad, that there, and we put the head of the Sad on the Hamza to say that this Hamza is Hamzatul Wasl. What does it mean? The word Hamzatul Wasli mean Hamza that connects. Hamza that connects. Uh, but the way it's used is we use Hamzatul Wasl when we uh, have a word that starts with a sukun and you cannot begin with a sukun in Arabic. So, for example, if you were to look at these verbs here, let's say if'al. Technically, this hamza here, that's hamzatul wasl, is really don't have to be there. The verb is fa'al, but you cannot pronounce a sukun, so we put in a hamza just to begin, uh, just to begin the sound. That's why if you were to read through, if I were to say uktub waf'al, I would not pronounce this hamza because I'm only pronouncing that hamza ibtida'an, not waslan. That's why it's called hamzatul wasl. Ibtida'an mean when I begin with it. So let's go back to this document. So what we have here is alif, which is a vowel, a long vowel. Hamzatul qata', which is a hamza, which is a letter that can carry a vowel. You can never put a vowel on top of alif. If you do, it's wrong. It's not an alif. It's really a hamza, but you didn't put in the head of the ain or the head of the sad. And that's very abundant in everyday life. People write in the alif, but what they really mean is hamza. Like all of these here, in the examples that I wrote, really we should have put in the head of the sad on top of that because it's not an alif. It's hamzatul wasl. Are you following me? That you will pronounce when you begin with it. If if that hamza is the first sound that comes out your mouth, then you pronounce it. If it's not the first sound, if what is before is being connected to what is after it, then it's not being pronounced. For example, we say alhamdu. When I begin reading Surah Al-Fatiha by saying alhamdu, then we pronounce the hamza. So if you look at Al-Fatiha here, if we look at Al-Fatiha here, we have, see they wrote in the Hamza, the sword on the top of it. That means you only pronounce that Hamza if you begin with it. If the first sound that comes out of my mouth is then I say Alhamdu. But if I were to join Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, we say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim Milhamdu. See that? Mil. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim Mil. And I don't pronounce this Hamza. Why? Because it's not the first sound. It's Hamzatul Wasl. You only pronounce it if you begin with it. If what precedes it joins to what's after, then it is eliminated in pronunciation, but it is always written. So that's the difference between alif. Alif is a vowel. It's a long vowel. It makes the sound of the fatha long. It should not have a vowel. If it's a vowel, it really is Hamza, but nobody bothered to put in the head of the Sad or the head of the Ain. The difference between Hamzatul Qata' is you always pronounce Hamzatul Qata'. For example, if we look at Surah Al-Fatiha again, we say Iyaka. That Hamza is Hamzatul Qata'. We will always pronounce the Hamza whether we begin with it or not. So if I start the ayah, I say Iyaka na'budu. If I read what's before it and join what's after, I will say Maliki yawmiddini iyyaka. I still pronounce it. Why? Because it's Hamzatul Qata'. It is pronounced ibtida'an wa waslan. Hamzatul Qata'i yuntaqu biha ibtida'an wa waslan. So that means that Hamzatul Qata' you will pronounce it whether you begin with it or you join what's before it with what's after it. Hamzatul Wasl, on the other hand, you only pronounce it if you begin with it, like Alhamdu. But if you join what's before it or what's after it, you eliminate it. Ar-Rahim Alhamdu. Alif is a vowel. Should not have another vowel on top of it. It's a long vowel. So that's the difference between the two. And let's come back to our lesson. Here, this is written as an alif, but technically we should have put the head of a sod on it. But nobody does it. So don't feel too bad. Also, if you ask me which key on the keyboard is it, I'm not even sure. That being said, is this Hamza, because it's Hamzatul Wasl, you do not put in the vowel. Huh? So when you're writing, you do not put in a vowel on Hamzatul Wasl. You have to remember it. You have to know it. So for instance, if we were to look at, if I were to say, I'm trying to find a command form of a verb in one of these surahs from a trilateral verb. I'm not finding one here, but let me just pull a verb out of the language, if I can find one from the Quran right now. If I were to say to you, Allah says in Quran, اذهب أنت وأخوك بآياتي ولا تنيا في ذكري. اذهب أنت. If you look in the ayah, that is Surah to Taha, you would not find the vowel written there. You will not find a kasra on the hamza in idhab. So I'll show you that quickly. So if we go to Surah Taha, and there would be ayah around somewhere there. Further than that. Come here. Or izhaba anta. See that? So if you look at izhaba anta wa akhuka bi ayati, the kasra is not written in there. Why? Because this is Hamzatul Wasl. And this copy of the Quran in this software did not put the head of the sword. But anyway, that being said, you do not write in the vowel. How do you know the vowel, what vowel to use? That's what I'm going to teach you now. So when you look at if'al, the way you tell which vowel to put on the hamza is there are two vowels, dhamma or kasra. So in the command form of the verb, the hamzatul wasl, ibtida'an, meaning when you begin with it, will have either fatha, dhamma or kasra, will never have fatha. The command form of the trilateral verb on the pattern of fa'ala, fa'ula, or fa'ila will have dhamma or kasra in the pronunciation, never written. How do you know which one? You look at the vowel on the ayn. If the vowel on the ayn is fatha or kasra, you put kasra. If the vowel on the ayn is dhamma, you put dhamma. I can make that simpler. If the vowel on the ayn is dhamma, you put dhamma on the hamza, otherwise you put kasra. So you only put dhamma when the ayn has dhamma. For example, if we were to use the verb, kharaja, did I just pass that? No, I didn't. Kharaja yakhruju. Kharaja yakhruju. Here, it would be kharaja yakhru ukhruj. So here we would say ukhruj. Why did we say ukhruj? Because the ayn, which is the middle letter, the second original letter, is called the ayn. The ayn has dhamma, so we say ukhruj. Ukhruji. Whereas here, also unzur. We should not write in the dhamma there. That was a mistake. انظر نظر ينظر انظر ضرب يضرب. So we would say اضرب اضرب. So if the ayn of the letter in the present tense has a dhamma, then you put a dhamma on the hamza when you begin with it, because remember it's only pronounced when you begin with it. Otherwise, you put a kasra. So if'al, anta, if'ala, antuma, if'alu, antum, if'ali, anti, if'ala, antuma, if'alna, antunna. And you never ever say this. You can technically, but you don't really say it because it's understood. When I say if'al, that I'm speaking to a single male. If I say if'ali, uh, uh, fakuli washrabi, Allah is addressing Maryam, alayha salam, singular female. You don't have to say anti. It's understood. افعل افعل افعلوا افعلي افعل افعلنا. Is there anyone who didn't understand? This is a repetition. I was just going through very quickly and adding on a few little details or intricacies. Anyone need to repeat that? For me to repeat that? Okay, let's do this. Let's one person do kataba and all the
Are you
vowels.
talking about Surah Maryam?
I'm talking to everybody.
No, no. The reference is for Surah Maryam.
Yeah, the ayah that I read just now, fakuli wa shurabi, that's from Surah Maryam. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Laila. Kataba, who would conjugate kataba?
Huwa kataba.
Aywa?
Huwa kataba.
We got that? Okay, let me do this one. I'll do kataba for you. Okay?
Okay, I got it. Hiya katabat.
Okay.
And then anta katabta.
Katabta.
Then you katabta.
Huh?
And then you have anti katabati. Katabti.
Huh?
Katabti. Ana katabtu.
Good. And then let's do the dual for past tense and then we'll go to present tense. I'll help you with the pronouns. Remind you, huma.
Huma kataba. Kataba.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Huma.
What is
Huma again.
Huma katabata.
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 Yes.
Okay. And then it's shoot.
Antuma.
Antuma katabtuma.
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 Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I don't have the other.
Same thing. Antuma again. So whether it's masculine second person dual or feminine second person dual, it's still antuma. Yeah.
Antuma katab.
Yeah, like, yeah. So technically we can merge these two.
They're the same.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the same.
Okay. And then the last one is going to be
Nahnu.
Nahnu. Nahnu.
Katabina.
Nahnu katabna. Katabna. Katabna.
And it's very important you pronounce this alif, because if you don't pronounce this alif, the meaning changes terribly. And you have to actually be very careful about this in reading Quran. Because without the alif, check this out. Without the alif, it becomes katabna. Hunna katabna. Nahnu katabna. So that alif would change it from we did to they, a group of women did. So if I were to say katabna by mistake, and I meant katabna, what I actually said is they wrote, a group of women wrote. But I intended we wrote, which is completely different meaning. Hum katabu, hunna katabna, antum katabitum, antunna katabtunna. That's the past tense. Present tense. You want to do that or you want me to do it? I'll do this one. I'll do this one. So just pay attention, and you have to memorize the pronouns. Huwa yaktubu. So I'll go down singular like you did, and do then plural. Huwa yaktubu. Anta. Excuse me. Hiya taktubu. Anta taktubu. Anti taktubina. Ana aktubu. Huma yaktubani. Huma yaktubani. أنتما تكتبان أنتما تكتبان نحن نكتب هم يكتبون هن يكتبن أنتم تكتبون أنتن تكتبن نحن نكتب. And these two are the same here again. These two are the same. These two are the same. Present tense. أكتب. Singular feminine. أكتبي. If you were to say to a guy, you say to him, Uktub, right. You speak to a girl, Uktubi. Speak to two, whether male or female or one of each, you still say Uktuba, Uktuba. It's the same. By the way, let's make this very clear. I'll come back to that in a second. Uktubu, if you're speaking to a group of male. Uktubna, if you're speaking to a group of female. The verbs for the group of male is also for a mixed group. So in a mixed group, if we say a group of men wrote, we say katabu. But if it's a group of men and women, we still say katabu. And the same for the present tense. If it's a group of male, we say yaktubuna. But if it's a mixed group, we still say yaktubuna. And the same if you are to command a group of men, you say uktubu. If you command a mixed group, you still say uktubu. So that's how the language works. So the female verbs are used for when it's exclusively female. So we cannot say katabana if it's not women only. Yeah? Imagine you have a group of 99 women and one male. You cannot say katabana unless the guy has a problem. Yeah. So we would say katabna only when it's exclusively female. If there is a single male in the group, you would say katabu. And that's just language, yeah. So who would try shariba? So now, when you do a vowel, you use the pronouns like we did before. Let me highlight a few things. What you really need to pay attention to is the ayn, the vowel on the ayn in the past tense and present tense. So you would memorize shariba yashrabu. Everything else remained the same, like the pattern and like kataba. You just have to change the letter of the ayn. And also, of course, the vowel for the hamza in the command form based on what vowel is on the ayn. Everything else remained the same. So if it is, the way you conjugate verbs, the way you learn this is that if you memorize, you have to memorize this template, this page here with fa'ala, the patterns, and then you just apply it to every verb. The only thing that will change is the ayn, whether it has fatha, kasra, dhamma, and the same past tense and in present tense also, and the hamzatul wasl, but not in written, only in pronunciation, because remember, we're not putting in the vowel on this hamza, whether you will pronounce it with a dhamma or a kasra, and you never pronounce it with a fatha. It would always be if'al or uf'ul. If'al, if'il, or uf'ul. Those are the three forms it will be. If'al, if'il, or uf'ul. That's the three forms of the command verb. Now I would love for you all, who wants to do a verb? Come on, be brave.
I can try.
Go for it. Let's take shariba.
Okay. Shariba. Huwa shariba. Hiya sharibat. Anta sharibta. Anti sharibti. Huma shariba.
لا لا لا. أنا.
Oh,
Let's
أنا
finish.
شربت.
أيوة.
أنا
شربت.
شربت.
دول.
هما شربا. هما شربا.
شربتا.
أنتما.
لا لا لا. هما
أيوة.
شربتا.
Okay. هما شربتا.
Yeah, this ba would have a fatha.
Okay. أنتما شربتما أنتما شربتما.
Yeah, and remember these two would be the same.
Okay.
نحن,
نحن شربنا.
and then
هم شربوا.
هن,
هن شربنا. أنتم شربتم. أنتن شربتن.
and نحن.
نحن شربنا.
Yeah, and that's the same for dual and plural in past tense, and the same for present tense again. But let's do present tense. هما
هما هما أم هو.
هو, sorry. هو.
Okay. هو يشرب.
Now,
هي
one sec. Why did you say yashrabu with a fatha on the ra? Why not yashrubu or yashribu? Because you memorize it like that, because the dictionary says so. Huh?
yeah.
Yeah. So the point is, I'm asking you, how do you know the vowel for the ayn in the present tense? You got to memorize it. You learn it from a dictionary, you ask someone, you probably pick it up from the Quran. إِنَّ الْأَبْرَارَ يَشْرَبُونَ. If you look at the ayah in Surah Al-Dahr, also called Surah Al-Insan, إِنَّ الْأَبْرَارَ يَشْرَبُونَ. The moment you pick it up one place in any form, يَشْرَبُونَ, this form of the verb in that ayah, it would always be ra, all for all of the present tense. Are you following me? Whatever the ayn of the letter is in any form, if you pick up this ayah, this verb from the Quran, it would always be that letter for all the other forms of the present tense. Are you following me? So go ahead. هو يشرب.
هو يشرب. هي تشرب.
أنت
تشرب. أنت تشربين. تشربين.
Yeah.
تشربين. أيوة.
أنا
أشرب. هما هما يشربان. هما تشربان.
لا. This is a mistake. One second. I made a mistake there. Let me fix that. يشربان.
يشرب.
Yeah. هما يشربان. Yeah.
Okay. أنتما تشربان. أنتما تشربان. Same thing, right?
That is correct.
Okay. نحن نشرب. هم يشربون. هن يشربن. أنتم تشربون. أنتن تشربين.
أنتن تشربن.
أنتن تشربن.
تشربن. So it would be like this.
Okay. That women thing is hard.
Yeah. Actually, the female form of the verbs are harder. Yeah. But yeah, you get used to it. Command.
أنتن تشربن.
نحن نشرب.
نحن نشرب.
And then the command.
اشرب. اشربي. اشربا. اشربا. اشربوا. اشربنا.
Very good. أحسن. Now, one of the sisters, which one of you sisters? Kul is a harder verb. So I'm going to skip kul for now. Let's take jalasa. The reason kul is a little harder, it's really not that harder, is because of this hamza at the front. We eliminate it here, and I don't want to confuse you with that right now, so I'll skip that and let's do jalasa. Which one of the sisters would like to try jalasa?
I will try.
Go for it.
Huwa jalasa. Huwa, this is fi'il mudari, fi'il madhi, right?
That's correct. Past tense.
Okay. Huwa jalasa. Hiya jalasat.
That's correct.
Anta jalasta.
Mm-hmm.
Anti jalasti.
Very good.
And then antunna
No, Anna, I,
lima.
this one.
Ana jalastu.
Yeah, and the aleph, so normally we write it like this. We would write the aleph, but that aleph is not pronounced. This aleph here, guys, is not pronounced. That's why if you were to look at if you look at Surah Al-Kafirun, for instance, let me just show you this quickly. If you look at Surah Al-Kafirun, you would see it says, Wala ana, how do I make this bigger? Control plus. Yeah, you would see that they put a little circle above that aleph. That little circle means that you don't pronounce the letter. So the way we read this ayah is wala ana abidum. Ana. We don't say ana. Okay? So that aleph is not pronounced. Ana. Yeah. Ana jalastu.
And then huma.
Then huma. Go ahead.
Huma jalasa.
Jalasa.
Huma jalasa. Huma jalasata.
Very good.
Antuma. Fa. Jalastuma.
That's correct.
Antuma jalastuma. And then nahnu. Is it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Jalasna.
Jalasna. Hum.
Hum jalasu. And then hunna. Jalasna. Jalasna.
That is correct. Jalasna. Yeah.
And then is it antum?
That is correct.
Antum jalastum. And then antunna jalastunna. I think that's it.
No, well, yeah. Well, nahnu is the same. Jalasna. So let's go ahead and do present tense quickly.
Okay. Present tense. Huwa. Yes.
Yaj.
Yaj.
Yajlisu.
Yajlasu.
Li. Yajlisu. How do we know that there is a kasra on the lam? You have to memorize it or learn it from a dictionary or ask someone. Jalasa yajlisu. Go ahead. Huwa yajlisu. Hiya.
Huwa yajlisu. Hiya tajlisu. Tajlisu. Anta tajlisu too. Is it?
Tajlisu.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay. Anti tajlisina.
Very good.
Is it?
That is correct.
Okay. And then ana ajlasu. Ajlisu.
It would always be kasra on the lam here.
Yeah.
That's fine. Huma.
And then huma yajlisani. Huma tajlisani.
I copied this. I was lazy and I copied it. I copied it wrong. So this, by the way, feminine, one second. Feminine third person dual is the same as masculine third person dual. So you would say yajlis with a ya. I think I copied the template rather than typing it each time. So if you see a ta here, it's actually a ya. I'll fix it in the document and send it again. Yajlisani. Huma yajlisani.
Okay. Go on.
Go ahead.
Antuma tajlisani.
Uh-huh.
Antuma tajlisani.
Uh-huh.
And then nahnu najlisu.
Very good. Home.
Hum yajlisuna.
Mm-hmm.
Hunna yajli. Wait. Yeah. So yajlisna.
That is correct.
And then is it antum?
That is correct.
Tajlisuna.
Mm-hmm.
Antunna tajlisna.
And nahnu najlisu is the same as before. The command.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
What
The
vowel do we
commands.
put on the hamza? This is really hamza.
Ijlis.
What vowel do we put?
Anta. Ujlis.
No.
Ujlis.
Listen.
Ijlis,
This
right?
hamza here. Yeah. Listen. This hamza will have a kasra because the lam has a kasra. Remember, the hamza can have a kasra or a dhamma, never fatha in the command form. And the vowel is never written in. So we would not write in the dhamma or the kasra. How do we know when to put a kasra or a dhamma? If the ayn has a dhamma, put a dhamma, otherwise put kasra. Huh?
Ijlis.
So it will be ijlis. That's correct.
Yes.
And then?
Ijlis, it's for anta, right? And then anti, wait, ijlisi.
That is correct.
Okay. And then dual, antuma. Is it antuma?
Yeah, and remember all of these are second
Antuma,
person. So it's anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. Go ahead.
Ijlisa.
Ijlisa, yeah. And this is the same also.
Antuma ijlisa.
Mm-hmm.
And then antum. That's antum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Antum ijlisu.
Mm-hmm.
Antunna ijlisna.
Very good, mashallah. So now all it takes is practice. Sister Fitri, you keep practicing it and you'll get better, inshallah. Anyone else want to try? So
I can go.
Okay, hold on one second. So we're running out of time. So let me just go through this quickly because I really want you all to move ahead. Here, what I would like. The template is the same. There is a mistake in the template. This here should be a ya. Why is it a ta always? Because I copied. I was lazy. I did not type. I did search and replace. So like I took the template and I did search for fa and replace with bod, search for ayn and replace with ra, search for ba and replace with lam and replace with ba. So this here is supposed to be a ya. So fix that in all of your documents. I will fix it and send it out to you. What I want you to do is, so this here again, this is a mistake. It's supposed to be a ya because I copied and replaced. What I want you to do is take all of these verbs and copy the templates. And actually, if you can write it manually, it's better. Practice writing rather than doing it on the keyboard. That would be good for you. We did kataba already. Do alima, qaruba, darasa, jalasa. And then these are words from Quran, just a few of them. And you can search for more if you wish. Yamna'una. So you'll have mana'a yamna'u, nahara yanharu, abada ya'budu, dakhala yadkhulu, kasaba yaksibu, khalaqa yakhluqu, hasada yahsudu, sajada yasjudu, nadhara yanzuru, jalasa yajlisu, ghasala yaghsilu, طبخ يخبط يخبط يطبخ دخل يدخل خرج يخرج ذهب يذهب ضرب يضرب نظف ينظف. And then you conjugate all of those. Next week, we will practice this page. So I wouldn't throw this at you right now. This is going to confuse you. But between now and next week, what I would like to see is each of you submit to me on WhatsApp a document. If you write it with your hand, you can just take pictures and send it to me. If you did it on a computer, you can just email the file with all these verbs. So it would be many pages, X number of pages, and each page would look like this. Each page would look like this one page here. So if we do a page view, so you'll see the past tense, present tense, and command, like this. And fill in all the vowels so I know, you know, don't write in the vowel for the command form, but you need to know it when you pronounce it. Yeah, that's an assignment. And yeah, go ahead, Ane. Which one? Let's see you do one from your head.
يضرب
Go ahead.
يضرب.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
هو ضرب. هي ضربت. أنت ضربت. أنت ضربتي. أنا ضربوا.
ضربت.
هما
لا أنا ضربت.
أنا ضربت.
أيوة.
هما ضربا.
أها.
هما ضربتا. أنتما ضربتما. أنتما ضربتما. نحن ضربنا. هم ضربوا. هن ضربنا. أنتم ضربتم. أنتن ضربتن. نحن ضربنا. هو يضرب. هي يضرب. أنت
لا
هي تضرب. أنت تضرب. أنت تضربين. أنا أضرب. هما يضربان. هما يضربان. أنتما تضربان. أنتما تضربان. نحن نضرب. هم يضربون. هن يضربن. أنتم تضربون. أنتن تضربن. نحن نضرب.
Command.
أضرب. أضربي.
No. Listen. You never put fatha on this hamza. It can only be kasra or dhamma.
اضربي.
No.
اضرب.
The last letter will have a sukun.
Sukun. Yeah.
In masculine single.
اضرب. اضربي. افعل.
Where did you get if'ala?
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the pattern and اضربا. اضربا. أنتم would it be أضربوا? No, اضربوا. أنتم اضربوا. أنتن اضربنا.
Yeah, and we don't put in the pronoun. I only put it in there for you to know what the pronoun is. Yeah, that's it. So here what I want you to do. Guys, each of you need to do 10, 20, 30 patterns. That's the only way you're going to learn this. If you want to go to the surah, if you go and take a surah, for example, if you take, let's say the short surahs, An-Nas, A'udhu. We have to study that by itself. That's a harder verb. Yuwaswisu is the other verb, but that's a 4-letter verb, so we'll skip that. If we look at Suratul Falaq, A'udhu also, that's a difficult verb. But khalaqa, you can do khalaqa, which I already put there. You can do waqaba. Well, that's hard also because the wa was a weak letter. And hasada, you can do hasada, which I also put on the list. So if you want the surahs that you've memorized, if you want to search for verbs within them and conjugate them also, that would be great. Walada, yalidu, you can do that, but this is also has a weak letter, the waw, so it changed, and we'll do weak letters on their own. Masada, Suratul Masad. We have kasaba, يكسب. The rest of the verbs are difficult verbs. You don't have to worry with them. Are different verbs. جاء نصر. دخل يدخلون. دخل يدخل. هم يدخلون. هم يدخلون. ورأيت الناس يدخلون. سبح and استغفر are in different patterns. We'll follow those. Actually, we'll touch those next week, inshallah. So I would love each person to submit this, and I will just skim through quickly. Please, my template has a mistake. Pay attention to it, and it's because of copy and paste. In the feminine third person, I have a ta here sometimes. That's an accident. It's wrong. It's a ya. So it's this here should be the same as this.
Sheikh, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Can you resubmit?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'll do it right away. I'll go here. I'll go through quickly and fix that. Make sure there's no mistake still in any of the verbs that I've written. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it for this verb. I don't want to touch the trilateral verb in the pattern of fa'ala, fa'ila, or fa'ula anymore. You just need to practice it. We will go to next week, inshallah. Let me introduce it quickly for you. We will move on from fa'ala to fa'ala, like alima, and this is allama. We will do fa'ala, 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 af'ala, tafa'ala, tafa'ala, infa'ala, if'ala, ifta'ala, if'ala, and istaf'ala, and I'll explain. If you really know fa'ala, fa'ila, fa'ula, yaf'alu, yaf'ulu, yaf'ilu, if you know those, this here is very similar. There's a slight tweak, and there's a difference in meaning that I'll teach you about next week, inshallah. If someone does not understand, not that you don't remember, if you don't understand and you need clarification in any of these patterns, let's go ahead and ask. Otherwise, we'll stop the lesson for today.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. So
Thank you, Sheikh.
that's it. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Inshallah, we'll stop here. سبحانك اللهم
السلام
وبحمدك
عليكم.
لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك. وعليكم السلام.